Cheat days come with an inherent mindset that's keeping you locked out of your next level of health and success. Your reality is what you make it, and you're making yours less impactful than it could be by thinking that cheat days boost your motivation to be good the rest of the time. You're listening to the Health Courage Collective podcast, episode 248. Cheat days are keeping you stuck. Welcome to the Health Courage Collective podcast, the show for normal women who want to age abnormally well. If you know that elite level health and hormone results are theoretically possible for you, but you're not quite sure how to get there, how you're going to squeeze it into your schedule, or how to partner with a provider to make it actually happen, you're in the right place. I'm so happy you're here. Hello, and welcome to today's episode. I'm so happy that you're here today. How's your creatine supplementation going? Did you try it for the first time or restart after having kind of forgotten about it? I hope so. Today we're going to talk about cheat days. I'm sure you've heard of them as a way to keep yourself on track. It's easier to stick to your restrictions when you get a little break now and then. I think of them most commonly in regards to food, a cheat day or a cheat meal. But you could have cheat days where you're unfaithful to your exercise schedule or routine, or your supplements, your bedtime, your EMF avoidance, your meditation, whatever. What have you heard about how cheat days can help you? I think the main selling point of them is that they can offer some much needed psychological relief. When you're being restrictive about your behavior in some way, it's nice to have some kind of reprieve to look forward to. A break from the oppression that's sucking the joy out of your life. Since it's unrealistic to expect yourself to be perfect all the time, cheat days help you stay on track by giving you something to look forward to. You'll be able to stand your healthy requirements when you know you'll get a break from it now and then. Some people call them planned hedonic deviations. Same idea. You're more able to survive your joyless existence of being healthy by knowing that you have something pleasurable planned in the future. Some food-specific benefits of cheat days people claim are that cheat days boost your leptin. That's the satiety hormone, which takes the edge off of some of the constant hunger of dieting and stimulates your metabolism. Cheat days or meals restore your depleted glycogen stores, which can increase your metabolic rate. And cheat meals increase the calories you burn due to the thermic effect of the food that's in a big meal. That's all kind of true, but it wasn't studied as part of cheat days. It's research that came from trials on refeeding days for elite athletes or intermittent energy balancing protocols for elite athletes. The meals in the studies were all planned by dietitians. Just some of them had more carbs or fats than typical training diet meals do. Not quite a triple bypass burger with fries and a shake. Here's my take on why I think cheat days are holding you back. You can decide for yourself how you want to think and what reality you want to create for yourself. I went into this thinking I had one really good reason why I think cheat days are unhelpful. But as I was trying to organize my thoughts in a way that I hoped would help you uplevel your thinking, I came to find that there are kind of 5 reasons why I think cheat days are holding you back. So here they are. First, cheat days can be problematic in closing the gap between who you're capable of being and who you're actually being, because what the heck does that even mean? Is it taking a day off from meticulously weighing every morsel of food and being fastidious about how many grams of each macronutrient you get for every meal, and instead binge eating 4 party-sized bags of potato chips and 2 cartons of ice cream for breakfast? Or is it having 1 meal a day where you allow yourself some potatoes or a piece of dark chocolate? Is a cheat day from your sleep protocol staying up an extra 20 minutes for a family movie night, or staying up the entire night snorting cocaine? Not that I think you would ever even be tempted to do that, but I personally can't even imagine being able to stay up all night without some methamphetamine or something. Unless maybe I was trapped in a burning building or something. So that's the problem with cheat days. They're not usually well defined. What does cheating even really mean? The second problem is that if you use the idea of the reward of a cheat day as an incentive to be able to keep holding on by your fingernails to an extremely difficult lifestyle, you're more likely to overindulge when the cheat day finally arrives. Instead of just doing a lighter workout than usual, you become permanently attached to the couch and get less than 1,000 steps for the whole day. It makes your behavior feel more extreme, both for the quote good and the bad. The third reason is similar. Maybe this is just part of the second. It promotes an all or nothing attitude toward health and life. To be truly healthy and live in a way that ensures that you don't have to stop living before you die, you can only do these super restrictive things on this idealized list. Kale smoothies and kettlebell workouts all day, every day to be healthy. Brownies mean you're a weak and immoral person who will never reach her goals. All or nothing attitudes are pretty much never helpful and support feelings of guilt and shame, which most definitely will keep you stuck. If you have no room for a little humanness in your plan, it's not a good plan. We talked all about that just recently in episode 244, why your good plans aren't working. Okay, the fourth and fifth reasons are also intertwined. These are what I think most smart women tend to get hung up on without realizing it. The fourth problem with cheat days is that they very much create a new reality for you by reinforcing the belief, until it just feels like the God's honest truth, that healthy things are not enjoyable and unhealthy things are. If you live in a reality where everything lovely and enjoyable and desirable undermines your health goals and will make you old faster, it's pretty brutal to try and reach your goals. If cheat days are your only reprieve from a life of constant drudgery and deprivation, then you're probably not going to get any meaningful momentum. And the fifth reason is the other side of that same coin. When the reality that exists for you is that all wonderful and pleasurable things are things that are bad for your health, it prevents you from finding genuine joy and pleasure in things that are good for your health. If healthy behavior is something that needs to be escaped from, a low-level torture that nobody can possibly be expected to endure for all time, then you're very much holding yourself back from what could be a pretty amazing life. Cheat days reinforce a goal that's all wrong. Getting really good at depriving yourself of all pleasure now in service to your future self. I reiterate my favorite quote that I've kind of based my whole business philosophy on many times before, and so I'm going to read it again right now. It's from the Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca, who lived from 4 BC to 65 CE, or AD, as I'm used to hearing it. How much better to pursue a straight course and eventually reach that destination where the things that are pleasant and the things that are honorable finally become, for you, the same. End quote. What if instead of a goal to get better and better at depriving yourself of joy in order to be healthy, your goal were to find pleasure in inherently healthy and longevity-promoting things, to eventually reach that destination where the things that are pleasant and the things that are healthy finally become for you the same? What if you invented a new reality where the most fun, most decadent, and delightfully delicious days were the ones where you lifted really heavy things, got some high-level work done, savored your whole unprocessed meals, and spent the evening taking care of a project you've been putting off? It's completely possible. When you see the things that are best for you as an honest-to-goodness source of enjoyment, right now, today, you create a new reality. A reality that you don't need or want a big piece of chocolate cake to rescue you from. Which is not to say that you can't have appropriate amounts of little physiologically expensive indulgences baked into your well-crafted plan that was created for a human. Just not because there's no pleasure to be had in living well. When you can stop worrying about trying to be good all the time and purposefully find the pleasure and enjoyment in the things that are good for you, living the kind of lifestyle that will put more years lived in good health into your future becomes the type of lifestyle you genuinely want to live. It's fun and enjoyable. You don't have to waste any of your precious brain juice resisting every unhealthy temptation that pops into your mind or planning your next fantastic cheat day when what you genuinely want to do is something that's good for you. It's massively liberating. If you're working to love something you don't really love yet, I think it's super helpful to stay present as you do it and write down 3 or even 1 things that you liked about it, even if you have to dig really deep to find something. Did pushing that hard in your Tabata workout cause you to feel more alive as you were hunched over sucking wind? Some people love that feeling. What would it be like to be one of them? What could they possibly enjoy about feeling like they might puke? Do they get an endorphin rush afterward? Do you? What feels great about cutting off the stream and going to sleep before you found out whose body was floating in the water tank? Does it give you something to look forward to tomorrow night? Do you counterintuitively fall asleep a little faster when you go to bed a little bit earlier? I do. Do you wake up feeling more powerful when you know you seized control of your own night the night before? Does it feel like what you have to do today is more important when you prioritized showing up as your best self this morning over a few more minutes of entertainment? Does it give you the opportunity to luxuriate in the feeling of sinking down into your pillow? I love that feeling. Instead of cheat days with fuzzy definitions of what all is even going to happen, the invitation to overdo it with unhealthy behavior, the promotion of all or nothing mindset, and the likelihood of creating a reality where the only enjoyable things are unhealthy and there is no joy to be found in doing things that are good for your long-term health. What if you created a realistic plan for your non-robotic human self and focused on finding the enjoyment in the things that will shift your probabilities toward being strong and more alive than ever in your 80s and beyond? Break free from the reality that you need cheat days to be able to tolerate, and create a new reality where doing the things that are best for you and the things that you most delight in doing become for you the same. That's how you really win, fair and square. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen today. You are so fantastic. Next week, we're going to talk about just deciding that we're not going to have injuries or chronic pain as we get older. Until then, stop cheating yourself and don't be normal. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today and caring about how powerfully you're able to show up for the world 20 or 30 years from now. If you found this episode helpful, it would mean the world to me if you share it with a friend and also subscribe to future episodes. The more smart women like you we can have in this community together, the more we can lift and strengthen one another. This podcast is for entertainment and information purposes only. Statements and views on this podcast are not medical advice. This podcast, including Christina Hackett and producers, disclaim responsibility for any possible adverse effects caused by the use of information contained herein. If you think you have a medical problem, consult a licensed physician.